I didn't start dating into my 30s, and I want to talk to you about some things I learned about real recently. Let's get into it. Hi, my name's Laura. I'm a 34-year-old late bloomer, and I am currently dating my second ever boyfriend, whose code name on this channel is The Bear. And I posted a video recently talking about the fact that he went down on me for the first time. And if you think that's TMI, you should know that my corner of the internet is often full of TMI. So welcome. And if that's too much for you, scroll on. And if it's not, let's talk about it. So here's the thing. As someone who did not have her first sexual experience to the age of 32, so much about sexuality and sexual expression is so incredibly intimidating when you're coming to it at an age when everyone feels like you should have been doing it by this time, right? Some of that is internalized. My ex was actually extremely supportive about going my speed and helping me feel braver and more confident in my skin. But a part of that is also advocating for yourself and what you want. So although my ex was willing to have that kind of experience with me, I was unwilling to ask for it. I was far too intimidated about how I looked. Would I smell? Was I too fat? Was I not attractive? Like, all of these things prohibited me from even ever wanting to broach the subject. And he told me, like, when you're ready, like, just let me know and we can do this. I wasn't ever ready. The only reason it happened for the bear is the bear didn't even ask. The bear just initiated, and I didn't have time to even be worried or self-conscious. It just happened. And just like that, the worry just... So, two things. One, sometimes you are able to have experiences that kind of like circumnavigate, I don't know the word, that just sidestep past a worry you have. And that's incredible when that happens. You just experience life without worrying about it. But also, and this isn't from this particular commenter, but I've had a lot of people critique more recently the experiences or lack thereof that I had with my ex, where this was involved, where the fact that we didn't French kiss was involved. And I actually find that line of thinking kind of limiting and also a little bit harmful, because when I tell you, it took me so long to be comfortable just holding someone's hand, for them to put their arm around my shoulder, for someone to make out with me, to be brave enough to have a sexual experience. But all of that felt so wonderful and so special to me, and were a really big part of my relationship with my ex. Does it mean that we did everything that you could ever do with a person? No. But you have to remember where I was coming from, where I started from. Like, I was shaking the first time we had our first kiss a month into dating. It took so long to build up to be who I am today. And my ex was supportive every step of the way through that journey, but it was a journey. But just because we didn't have those experiences does not invalidate what we did have. And that's, I feel like, what I want to just hone in on here. You don't need to have penetrative smex in order for it to count as smex. You don't need to have a checklist of physical intimacy milestones in order for them to count to you. Like, intimacy is intimacy, and that looks different to different people. So I know when people kind of ask me these questions, they're just trying to, they're in my corner. They're trying to gas me up. But I feel like it's easy to judge someone else's relationship when you're not in it. And also to look at me now, someone who talks about all kinds of really sexual topics on the internet, and think, oh, this girl has all the confidence in the world. But I wasn't always this person. I had to grow into this person. And who I am now is not the same person I was 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a year ago. So that development journey has also taken time. So it wasn't from an answer to sum up your question. It was not from a lack of opportunity. It was from a lack of confidence. And it happened now because the bear just said, I got this, and went to town. But it does not invalidate what I did have previously. Hope that answers that question.